few weeks ago I was walking to the local shop around 10 minutes away from my house, but halfway there I had to walk past a psychiatric hospital with two women sat out the front, probably in their mid-40s, both smoking a cigarette, clearly on their lunch break. But within the 30 seconds it took me to walk past these two women, one of the women turned to the other while exhaling her cigarette and in a very matter-of-fact way said, "Do you know what? You really pissed me off the other night." To which the other woman, who also exhaled her cigarette and in a surprised but non-reactive way responded with, "Oh yeah? How come?" And the first woman said, "Well, because when I called you out, you kicked off." So although every fibre of my being wanted to stand there and listen to the conclusion of this poetry, my brain told me that would be a bit weird, so I carried on walking to the shop. But I couldn't stop thinking about this conversation for the rest of the day, because it reminded me of something I learned from non-violent communication, which is that you can't make anyone feel anything. Here's why. How people feel is a direct result of their needs, expectations, and values, all of which you have no control over. You see, your actions can be the stimulus for someone feeling a certain way. In other words, your actions can be the thing that awakens this person to their needs, expectations, and values. But your actions are never the why that is causing this person to feel a certain way. Here's a quick example that explains this further. I can do the same thing to two different people, but I will get two completely different responses. Why? Well, as you already know, it's because the people's needs, expectations, and values differ. For example, let's say I have two friends, James and David. Now, James, on the one hand, has the needs of laid-back relationships and autonomy in a friendship, whereas David has the needs of punctuality and frequent phone calls. Now, if I schedule a call with either friend individually, but then cancel, James is likely going to feel relieved, or he just won't care, because he has the needs of laid-back relationships and autonomy, whereas David is likely going to feel angered and disappointed because of his needs. So my action stayed the same, but the response I got in both people was different. Why? Because of these things. But why is it important that you know this? If you're in a relationship, be it friendship, professional, romantic, or familial, and the other person continues to say things along the lines of, "You make me feel X, Y, and Z," you are setting yourself up to become an emotional slave. Meaning, you will tailor everything that you say and do in order to please this other person, because you